Hey guys, ChipMunkStyle7 here again, but you can call me Chip, and I am back with another video. I've been really liking doing these commentated Fire Emblem Heroes videos, and what better way to continue doing so than by covering the most recent Feh Channel. Now, if you haven't seen this Feh Channel yet, if you like Fire Emblem Heroes or play it at all, I recommend you go and watch this first. It's a very, very good update, and I'm really only going to be covering like just a bit in depth of what it is. This video might be kind of long. If I did it correctly, if you go into the description, there will be timestamps of the different parts of the video that I'm going to cover. It also, the time search bar thing should be segmented if I did it correctly. So there's that. This Feh Channel covered the new Choose Your Legends units, a new game mode, as well as something I really enjoyed, and it's probably my favorite thing in Feh in a long time. So I recommend you go and watch the Feh Channel first, but if not, and you're still going to stick around, I appreciate it. Yeah, let's get started. So, the Choose Your Legends units. The winner of the male division, first place, was Dimitri from Fire Emblem Three Houses. Second place was Claude from Fire Emblem Three Houses. First place for females was Edelgard, Fire Emblem Three Houses. And second place was Lysithea, Fire Emblem Three Houses. Now, Fire Emblem Three Houses, obviously, I just said it a lot. It's been probably one of the bigger Fire Emblem games, because if you started Fire Emblem with like Smash Brothers, if you started learning about it from then, or even if you started playing with Fire Emblem Heroes, the game that came out during Fire Emblem Heroes' lifespan was Fire Emblem Three Houses. So a lot of people have picked it up, as well as they definitely topped the charts in Choose Your Legends. That's why they won the most recent one. Now, we're going to start with Lysithea. As you can see here, she is donning her Gremory class in Fire Emblem Three Houses. If you are using Lysithea and you want to maximize her usage as a mage, Gremory class is probably the best class for her. Darkfire is also up there. This is also kind of spoilery for Three Houses if you haven't played it yet, but Fire Emblem Heroes does kind of spoil a lot of stuff, so either way. Lysithea is a bit different than all of the rest of the Choose Your Legends units, as she is not a house leader, but she is a big favorite because she is very strong. She was also the only unit in the Feh Channel to have her skills revealed. As you can see, she has attack speed push 4, wall speed res, and hone speed 4, as well as a new weapon, Dark Spikes, and Moonbow. Dark Spikes is one of the more used tones, I guess, from Lysithea, because of, as you can see, who she's in combat with, the Death Knight. The Death Knight, if you played Three Houses, is one of the more prominent antagonists, as well as Lysithea is one of the... If you've played the game, you've probably used Lysithea's Dark Spikes to take Death Knight out at least once. So I think that was a cute little nod that they did to show off Lysithea is by taking out the Death Knight with her cavalry effective Dark Spikes. So that was Lysithea. Now is the second place for the males division, Claude. As I said, there's probably going to be some decent spoilers for the games with this video, but if you're watching, then we're committed. Claude does not have his Fail Knot. Dimitri does not have Arid Bar, and Brave Edelgard does not have Amir. We'll cover that in a sec, but Legendary Edelgard has Amir, so they're probably going to say Fail Knot and Arid Bar for Legendary Claude and Dimitri respectively. Anyway, as you can see, he's looking pretty good. The slightest difference with Claude. I don't think they were intending to reveal his skills, but they kinda did. there are like 1 or 2 frames where if you look closely, you can see that Claude's skills are visible. Where he has Fury 4, and it looks to be like a unique B and C skill. The B skill kind of looks like a chill, but it has like spikes on top of it. And if you look closely, the C skill kind of looks like a human shape, so it could be related to speed, but I'm not sure. And if I'm incorrect about that, then oh well. But the A slot is definitely Fury 4. As you can see his stats as well, 54, 44, 31, 29. Those are also buffed because of Fury 4, but still, it's pretty decent. His weapon, the Wind Parthia. Parthia is, if you've played past Fire Emblem games, or even Fire Emblem Heroes, if you have a 5-star George, he has Parthia. In Fire Emblem Three Houses, you can get many weapons from past games, from as rusted weapons that you can then refine or fix up. Forge, I think, is the word I'm looking for, and use them as such. So that's really neat, that they kind of had a nod to that as well in these Brave Heroes. Next after Claude is Edelgard. As you can see, she does not have a mirror, but she does have Hotflame. Her route is Crimson Flower, Claude's is Verdant Wind, and Dimitri's is Azure Moon. Claude having Wind Parthia means that this could be Crimson Hotflare. I don't know, maybe, possibly. This art is very nice, and it looks like all of them are their upgraded classes from their time skip variants. Now, we don't have the skills of Edelgard, but we do see something pretty unique, where the Red Mage should be doing at least 4 damage. He only does 1, or they only do 1. So that tells me that Edelgard has some sort of damage reduction skill when she initiates, or if she gets attacked, or something like that. As well as her res seems pretty decent, as that's a 5-star Red Mage, instead of just like a 4-star one from like a previous map, like the normal difficulty instead of like the Lunatic. So that's pretty neat, where she has a damage reduction skill. So hopefully we could see something from that later. Obviously we're going to get all these units' actual full skill sets later, but still, it's cool to know about that now. Now we have Dimitri. From the Feh Channel, his voice lines seem to give off that this is like the more reformed Dimitri after the time skip, after he gets his head back in the game. He gets it all together, and this is, as you can see, kind of spoilers, the King of Hardness. So it's definitely, he's more in tune with himself right now. And as well as he has the Gradavis. And he also has a crit line, or a special line, where he says that he's using his father's lance, which means Lambert at one point probably wielded Gradavis, which is pretty neat. But this could also be called the Azure Gradavis or something like that, just because of like the Wind Parthia, so I'm only speculating here. Same with Edelgard, where Dimitri should be taking at least 7 damage, he only takes 5. So he also seems to have some sort of damage reduction, as well as he doesn't get doubled. So he might have some sort of a skill that prevents that, or something of the sort. And he also doubles back, or he might be very fast, who knows. So that's it for the Choose Your Legends units, but we also got information on the next Grand Hero battle, which is George. So good for all the George lovers out there. Not the George with Parthia, but this George. He also he's a neat Grand Hero battle with a blue bow unit. He comes with shield defense and attack opening. Very useful. But yeah, that's that. So now we have the next part of this video, which is the new game mode, which is called Frontline Phalanx. So as comes with any game mode, all you can really hope for is good rewards. So if orbs probably would definitely be the best reward. Orbs are always top tier in the terms of rewards. And then like Grails and Dragonflowers come next, maybe. then feathers, divine dew, stuff like that. And at the bottom of the list, like the arena medals and the badges, whatever with those. But this also looks very unique in the sense that it doesn't seem to have like actual combat involved. Maybe it does, but at least what was shown in the Feh Channel, you don't actually actively use your units to battle in this. You just support and work together with whatever team you're on to defeat the boss, which is neat. But same, it's different, but all you can really hope for in a new game mode is decent rewards. Now, my second favorite thing from this, Choose Your Legends was great, but I think that comes like a third for what is going to be the last thing I'm going to talk about in a bit. But my second favorite thing from this Feh Channel is the buff to Dragonflowers. The units that had, well, I guess everyone had access to increasing their stats through Dragonflowers. Now, we get more. We get an extra +5. So units like flyers, cavalry, and armored units who only had access to +5 Dragonflowers will be able to get to +10, as well as new infantry units that only had access to +5. Then older infantry units, which were the only move type to have access to 10 Dragonflowers, will now be able to increase to 15. This is really useful and a very, very good change for older Gen 1 units that are kind of falling short of the newer power crept units that are coming into the game. So very useful and a very good boost for what I'm about to talk about next, which is my favorite thing of this whole Feh Channel, which is changing a hero's traits. Now, traits is like a different terminology than what people are probably really used to, but this is another word for IVs, or assets and flaws, as the game likes to describe it as well. So, with this September update, the hero's traits will be able to be changed. So, this form, likely the one that you get for free from playing the story mode of the game, is neutral and unmerged. So, you probably have to pick a flaw, but merges, as of a lot of updates ago, when you merge a unit, you get rid of the flaw. So that's really good. But you can increase their stats at the cost of this new item that you can see on the right of Yorm, which are called Trait Fruit. Now, Trait Fruit hopefully are going to be abundant because there's a lot of units that people definitely want to give better stats to, like special units that you may have only gotten a copy of, or 2 copies, and you didn't get the IVs you wanted, or something like that. These are definitely going to be highly sought after items, and they are obtained from Arena, Resonant Battles, Beyond Strike, Forging Mods, a lot of places, so that's really, really useful with being able to get hopefully a good amount of them from multiple places. And as with a lot of new features, they like to give like a good amount to start off. So with the Frontline Phalanx, the new game that I was talking about, according to Feh, they're going to be easy quests to get the starting 100 for whatever unit you want to upgrade first. Now, something that I want to talk about, because a lot of people might be a bit concerned or alarmed with how it works out, is giving a stat boost to a Grail unit that you like. So if you watch this channel, or you know about me, I like Marissa. This is my Marissa at base stats right now, +10 merge and +10 Dragonflowers, with no skills, and summoner support, because I have her summoner support. 58 HP, 39 attack, 45 speed, 38 defense, 29 res. We won't really talk about the defense and res because that won't come into play until a bit later, but don't worry about that. The main thing is her HP, attack, and speed. Now, with neutral units, as of quite a few updates ago, neutral units, when merged up, get stat boosts in equivalence to what a boon would be. So say like the base boon, not barring super boons and super banes and stuff like that, where it would be +4, the base addition of a boon is +3 to a certain stat. So say if she had plus speed right now, which is what I would pick with the change in traits, she should have 48 speed, right? That's actually not true. Because she is neutral right now, the boon is actually distributed among her HP, attack, and speed, respectively. So if this was before that update, if she was neutral and fully merged before that one update that gave her that gave neutral units like that stat boost, she would have 57 HP, 38 attack, and 44 speed. Which means giving her a speed refine, or a speed, not speed refine, speed trait boon, would only get it to 47. As you can see from the second image, where she now has a boon, her HP and attack went down 1 point. Now I feel like this is where a lot of people would be alarmed, where like they wanted to upgrade their Kranya or their Flame Emperor or even like their Marissa or any Grail unit or Grand Hero Battle, stuff like that, where your units are neutral and have that distributed stat. But then they finally get a boon like that they've been waiting for, and their stats also decrease as well as the one increases by only 2 points if you look at it like that, where she has 45 initially, 47. 2 isn't the stat boost for a boon. It would be 3. Now, the reason this isn't the biggest problem is because of the new Dragonflowers. With the access to 15 Dragonflowers, her HP and attack go right back to normal, as well as the small, now singular stat boost in defense and reps. So, where her initial speed at 45 actually now has a real boon to 48, at the cost of a few extra Dragonflowers. Now, this isn't... I think this is a good trade-off, because Dragonflowers aren't too hard to come by. They take a bit of time to accumulate, if you've done all the heroic ordeals, participate in ether raids and allegiance battles. You get Dragonflowers fairly often, but don't worry too much about that. You'll accumulate enough eventually to get your stat right back to where you want it if you don't have enough Dragonflowers as of now, or as of when the update drops. This is still a very, very good addition to the game, especially for people who really, really like certain units, but for the longest time they haven't been able to give them more of their potential. Obviously, for the longest time, Marissa, being a Tempest Trial unit, was only able to go to +1, before Dragonflowers were a thing, even. So, and then once Grails became a thing, we were able to merge up units that previously could not be merged. So that was the best update since that point. I mean, we got that one free Marissa, I guess, so I technically could have summoned less, but either way, it doesn't. Or used less Grails, but still. Grails were a great addition to the game and a very, very useful way to merge up units that a lot of people really liked, but were stuck as Tempest Trial or Ground Hero Battle, and you couldn't fully merge. Now, since Grails, this new trait fruit thing, being able to change the stats of any unit, not even just Grail units, any unit you want that you may not have the right IVs for, or you want it to change at some point, all you have to do is get those 100 trait fruit, which hopefully are abundant, or at least a bit more abundant than like Grails or whatever. Like if we get I hope they replace the arena medals in arena, like the weekly arena medals, with 20 trait fruit. I think that would be great. That would be a great addition. Or the Grand Conquest, or the rival domains each week, where instead of the badges or feathers, you get trait fruit or grails or something like that. I think those would be great ways to implement the trait fruit a bit more, especially because there's a lot of units in the game that are stuck in neutral, or even units that may not be stuck in neutral, but like our special units that you can't always summon for, but you want the better IVs for. Anyway, that's all I really wanted to talk about. I am very hopeful for how this this update's gonna come along, and I'm very happy with how it is. If you like, you can comment who are you going to pick for Choose Your Legend, or who are you going to upgrade with the new trait fruit thing. I read all my comments. I love interaction. I thank everyone for the recent reception on Weapon Refine video when I talked about Setsuna. That did extremely well, and I'm so happy with it. So, thank you all so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, goodbye.